Well, how you doing, everybody? Hope you are well. I seem to be on my own here. Doug is said to be here, but he's having a problem. I think if his computer's updating. So usually you don't do that, or we're going to come on live. So we'll chat amongst ourselves here while my earworm gets himself to the position he can come in. So, guys, I hope you have had a great weekend. I certainly have. And I'm glad to say it's wet and very cold today here in Northern Ireland. Oh, and it's for once I'm not sweating like a freaking madman. So, what am I going to do tonight? Right, I have this piece of mahogany. I know what the wood is this week. That's a good one, isn't it? So I have a piece of mahogany, and it's 7.5 inches in diameter, and it's 2 3/4 in thickness. So it's going to be a bowl, and I'm going to do some try and do some sparling to the outside top half of the rim. Where it works or not, I don't know. I was having me play earlier on this afternoon, and mahogany takes the sparling wheel very well. You get very little tear out if you take your time. Uh, most of the woods I've tried with the sparling system, it tends to tear the end grain out a lot if it's not suited to the piece of wood. So hey, I'll say hello to everybody. Seeing there's we're having an absent person, so we'll have there's Michael, Andy, Todd, Roger, Brian, Carson, Jennifer, and where's the rest of uh, Old Man River? Fred. Hi there, Fred. It's only me tonight, Fred. No one as yet. Don't know what's happened to Doug. Hey, Vinny. Welcome along. Well, welcome along, everybody. I'm going to make a start anyway, and if Doug makes an appearance to me, I will bring him in, and we'll get started. So this is the blanking question. It's a nice piece of mahogany, and I've turned some of this before, but not on a live, and there's no cracks in it I can see. On the previous ones I've turned, there was no visible cracks. So I'm going to mount this between centers. So I'll just bring the overhead camera over, and it's working. Great. It's great when everything works. So we'll bring the tailstock up, wind that up. So this is not trued up by any means. It was just I took a quick skate over it just to get the speed up a wee bit, because the way it was cut was all lumpy and it was all shapes. So anyway, let's see. I need to move that mic out of the way, and hopefully Doug will join us. And if he doesn't, then you just have the pleasure of me. Great. So first of all, we want to get this flat surface here on the bottom, and turn a tenon for them remounted in the jaws. So it's between centers and two spigots or two stem centers at the minute. So I will get my bowl gouge here, freshly sharpened, and we'll make a tenon on the bottom of this, and then we'll round this over to the shape I'm going to the bottom of the bowl. I haven't really decided what shape I'm going to go with. but I need a flat surface here on the top of it to do the sparling. Not texturing, sparling with the sparling wheel. Texturing wheels are different, and if you have them, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so as always, if you use variable speed, turn your lathe down when you first start it up, because if this is out of balance, you don't want to start up at 1,000 RPM. This might come off and hit the upper face. And as always, you should be wearing your face shield and mask and all your precautions you normally do take when you're in your workshops, guys. I know you all do. So, because you never know when something's going to happen. So, I'll start that up and we'll see what this is like. Right. So, just sitting at about 850 RPMs. So, I'm just going to bring a face over this over and flatten that a wee bit. Change the camera, seeing there's nobody here to tell me. You have to work doubly hard when you're on your own, you know. One thing about mahogany is it's a nice smelling wood, but it's very dusty. So you do need to wear your face mask. Okay, let's see what that's like. Let's trade that up. So we want to put a tenon on that now, so that I can turn it around. So we can sort of shape our bottom of our bowl here now, and then we'll finish the tenon off when we do that. So I want a biggish sort of a bowl in diameter. I don't want to take too much of this away on the rim of the bottom as you look at it. So we're just going to gently sweep that round, bring it up to the top of this, and get a nice finishing cut. And then we'll do some sparling here. I'm not going to keep it all. I'm going to divide it up into a couple of one or two sections, just to be different. You know, sometimes it's we'll see what happens. You know, you never know. So I'm just using a pull cut to remove some timber. Doug Miller, no worries, Dale. Where are you? What's happening, Doug? You know, can you not get in? I don't know what's going on. I hope you have a sick note, Doug. You should have known by now, Doug. You don't do an upgrade while you're meant to be using a computer. Because I had one the same for Messenger, and I refused to do it, knowing I was coming on and send you the link to come in. So anyway, so we just got a nice sort of a roundish form on it, and there's a wee bit of a lump there. So I'm not worried about the finishes yet because I'm going to be sparring a wee bit on this, and it's cutting quite nice anyway. You know, as you can see, there's very little tear out, if any. So I'll try and get a push cut onto this as I bring it round, and I'll get a wee bit of sparling done to this area here, and we will have the wee bit some work to do with the bottom of it and at the top as it joins the top of the rim. So see if I can pick the cut up. Let's see what that's like. So we line there, sort of not too heavy on it. So I got rid of that line. So I'll just quickly sand this wee bit while I can. Just turn the speed down a wee bit. That would probably do it. It's just to bring that around and make it look half decent. So, as you can remember from a couple of weeks ago, I've done a couple of wee sparling projects, made a wee pot and stuff, sparred the outside of it. So, this is the sparling wheel from Robert's Rugby, and there's a number of wheels. I think there's 6 altogether, and some of them come with this and some of them don't. I like having this on the actual just get an allen key here to move that because it's moved on me. Because it'll actually put a flat surface for this to sit on. Okay. You can use it just with the ordinary bar and just hold it. You just need a firm grip on it. I'm trying to read what Doug said here. All right. Right. Anyway, so you want to be on center with your tail slack. Okay. So just move that down a wee bit. Okay. Now, we don't want to go in straight like that. We want to turn this, and I'm just going to turn it maybe to 1 o'clock. Everybody has their own way of saying what they're doing to this. So say that's 1 o'clock. It looks 1 o'clock to me anyway, because 12 would be there, 1 and 2 and 3 and so on, you know. So bring your tool rest back a wee bit. I think that's a wee bit too much. I'm just gonna move over maybe to 2 o'clock. Sure, it can only go wrong. Everybody having a bit of problems with the computers lately. Every time I turn this one on, it doesn't want to. Computer says no. Okay, you want to turn your speed down as well. So you want to be below 500 revolutions. So just get this set. It's not set in stone, but the slower you have it, the better. So that's just a wee bit too slow. This wee button's a wee bit temperamental at times. It just creeps on when you don't want it. So that's about 450. I have that. So you want to lift the handle up. Let's see if you can see me. You want to lift the handle up this way. Okay, so you're facing down and the cutter's in. Okay, so I think that'll be the best. And I'll do it overhead for you. You'll see the cutter coming in. Right, and just bring it in slowly. Back out again. We'll start again. We'll stop and see what that's like. And if you don't get it first go, don't worry about it. You can always do it again. That's not the breast. I've seen. I think that may need a wee bit of alterations on the angle of that. So you don't get it first go. Just leave plenty of timber on your piece and start again. And again, just give that a wee quick sand. Okay, so we'll have an argo. I'm wondering, should I bring that around a wee bit more? I think I will. Near to the 3 o'clock position. It's not moving. Let's see. I had this set up again. When I want to grab it there, this bottom piece had moved. And when you are doing something like this here, it's best to have a wee go on a scrap piece of timber and then try it out in your piece before you commit to it, that's all I can say on that. So we'll try this again. A wee bit rough at the bottom. Get a wee bit of tear out on that. Where's that, Paul? I'm just going to change the angle before I take that off again. So As you can see, you don't always get it right, especially when I haven't done it for a while. Just going to try a wee bit here on this wee bit to see what that's like. Right, okay. I think I know where it went wrong. So I'll just bring the tool rest back up and clean that up again. Just needs to be a bit more there. Or again, just give it a quick sand. And my battery just died in my drill. So that's okay. Give it another quick wait. Okay, we'll try that again. Third time lucky. You know, there's nothing set in stone and nothing is always right. You know, you have to try a couple of things to get things right sometimes. And I think I'm going to turn that near to the horizontal position. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that right. Just make sure below center or on center. Okay, we will try this again. Make sure the speed's under 500. Just waiting for it to settle. 480. That'll do. Right. That was a wee bit more gooder, I should say. It's not the way I wanted it, but we'll just go with it because we could be here all night and we don't have a whole lot of time. So next we want, so I'm not keeping the whole turning off this. It's more like a texture than a spiral because it's got a wee bit of tear out in it, but not to worry. So I'm going to use some screw chisel here to divide this up. I think we'll divide it up into two just. I want to clear one piece at the top, so we'll take that back about a wee bit more. Okay, and as you can see, this is quite dusty, so I'm going to put the extension on while I'm doing this, guys, because I have no mask on, and it's hard to talk to you with mask on. So just cleaning the front of that up. I might take a wee bit more off that. It's not uniform, so that's just not flat on this side. So I'm just going to cut it back a bit more. Just get the spindle gouge here. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay, there. So just stop on a second. I want just check that. There. That looks all right. Just to clean that up a wee bit. We'll just bring the push cut up into the bottom of that transition. And just turn the bevel on that coming out again. So it didn't go straight in. I just beveled it a wee bit so it's running out towards the band. I'm happy enough with that. So we'll finish the bottom of this up now, and we can cut our tenon. So this looks a wee bit squirry, so we need to take a wee bit off it to reshape this. Because I didn't know what I was going to do with this, how this would work out with this sparling. So I left plenty of timber on here purposely so that I could round it off after I've done my band. But you get the idea. It's not a perfect spiral, but it'll do for you can understand what I'm trying to do. Just need a wee bit more practice of that. Just a couple of wee flat areas there. You can see it. Oh, it's a nice big flat area now. Just change cameras for you. Doug, that must be some update you're getting. Your electric must be out too. Just want to tidy that up now. Sort of. Okay, we'll get our tannin formed. Finish off the bottom of the foot, sand it. Just get the skew chisel to form my wee baffle dovetail for my chuck. I'll just stop and have a wee look at that before I sand dash. Right. Reasonably happy with that. I just want to check my tannin size here. Turn that racket off when I've stopped. So. Right, that's okay. Take a wee bit more off that. So you want to try and get your tannin size, the true a nice size where it fits into your truck without opening the jaws a whole lot. And that way you'll get the best fit right round your tannin. If you open them too far when it comes out of a true circle, you'll only be hitting on the points of the jaws themselves, not the whole circle of it. Okay, that's all right. So I'm going to stand that up, and we'll take it from there. So it's going to be really dusty. Get that suction machine on. Oh, there's a man. There he is. Right on, guys. The earworm has. There he is.
Finally.
Oh, you don't do updates when you're meant to be on.
I didn't. I came in. The computer was off. I turned it on, and it was updating.
All right.
So,
okay.
We had a small outage, about 3 seconds worth, Saturday evening, and I think that's when it started. It shut the computer off. So.
All right. Okay, I'll put you back in the background, and
okay, good place for me.
Yeah. Great to see you, anyway.
It's good to be here. Good to see everybody in the chat. It's a good group. Good group. Have you gone through the chat yet, Paul?
I done a wee bit, so you can You can carry on.
Okay, let me go over here to the participants list and maybe I'll get everybody. No, I know there's more people than that. Uh, okay, forget that. Let's go back to where we were. I'll go to the top of the chat as far as I can go. Starts off with Roger Kent, and then Copper Al, Michael McEwen, Robert Boltwood, Door 60, Jennifer's Crafting Creations, Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks, Roger Kent, Fred Gilliver, Robert Boltwood. We said Robert Boltwood, I think. Hello, Robert. Dale at Old Man River Woodturner, Todd at Glen Cove. Excuse me. We keep going. Karsten Pedersen is in. Hello, Karsten. Door 60 is here. Brian Best, I think we said him already as well. Wee Val is in. I know that. Matt Abbott, Matt Ibbotson. Hello, Matt.
Albertson.
I'll spit it out in a minute. I couldn't even get Matt out. Um, who else do we see here? Roy's the boy is in. And Jim Shelby. Hello, Jim. And of course, the chat jumps. There's a few others that I'm not seeing, so I'm sorry, folks. Say something. Tell me I left you out, and I'll be glad to shout you out.
I'll let you off with it, Doug, saying you have problems.
I love it when I come in and the computer has shut itself down for some reason. And every time it does that, there seems to be an update. Professor is in. Hello, Professor Rob. Now it's telling me there's a Jabra update. They'll get it later. Same with OBS. I saw that there's an OBS update as well.
Yeah, there was one of mine as well. I just let it be. Do it later.
Right.
Because you never know if things are going to work right once you do the updates.
Exactly. Or how long it's going to take.
And they usually don't. It don't
Mm-hmm.
work the way they're meant to. So I'm just going through the grits here, guys. Let's see, what was that? 240. Da, da, da.
Oh, okay. Just reminding myself what I'm doing tomorrow. I've got to get my link in for everybody. Gonna do a little holiday turning. Seems awfully early, but it's really not. Really not. I should have started last month.
That's about the right time to start for the holiday season.
Yeah.
You tend to leave it too late, and you end up spending too much time in the workshop.
There are a few years ago, I didn't start until mid-November turning Christmas stuff, and I just spent hours and hours turning the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. Right. We'll give it a coat of sun, see what it's like. Turn the speed down a wee bit. We're going to use the spray can because of the.
All right.
We're going to kill the texture. It's not more like spiraling at all tonight. It's not what I wanted, but.
Jim Shelby had to go, so Jim, you have a good day if you're still there.
I think I need to go to Just have to buy a new can of standing sealer. Not
Spindle's
getting enough of it.
Workshop has just popped in to say hello. Hello, Louie. Good to see you.
Hello, welcome. Right. Get a piece of kitchen towel here. And, we'll get this a bit more. Oh, so.
What did you say, Paul? Is this a piece of mahogany or sapele?
Yeah, it's a piece of mahogany.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it definitely is. I know what this
Almost the
piece of wood
same
is.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you get sapele and it's all strandy and stuff. You try to cut into it, you get it's rough. But this is turning very nice. Apart from the wee bit of sparling I try to do there, but anyway, who cares? We're we're turning something, and it always doesn't go the way you wanted it. But
Sure.
that's all the fun of it, you know.
Joaquin Espinoza has joined us, his first time on the channel. Hello,
Oh,
Joaquin.
welcome along. Uh, I got some paper in that now. I need my wee brushy thing. Isn't that nice when you get wee bits of paper in the grooves? So it's just a wee bristle brush. What it is. You can fit it on the drill if you wish, there's a wee connector on it. And they come in three sizes. That's the smallest one. They come about 3 inch. I think the other one's a 4 inch. Put your mind of a toilet brush when you see the big one. So it does. That's what it looks like.
I bet you.
So if you don't get one of those, go into the bathroom and steal a toilet brush if it's not being used.
Maybe go get a new one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not the same as stealing a makeup brush from your wife.
No, right.
Can you believe they accused me of that last Tuesday when I brought out the one I used to do the chameleon powder?
Yeah, that
Accused
looked
me of
too good, Doug. That one.
yeah. Well, it was funny. We went to the store. I was with my wife. I went through and I picked that up. She says, "I've been needing a new one." I said, "I didn't get this for you. I got it for me."
Is there something you want to tell me?
She said, "Oh." So she said, "What do you want that for?" Using the shop. Oh, okay. And then we get home. She says, I did offer you one of my old ones, and I said, well, you can have this one if you want it. I'll take an
Yeah,
old one. Doesn't matter to me. So that's what we did. She took the new one, and I got the old one, and we washed it, and it came out really clean and nice, and worked beautiful for that chameleon powder. I
yeah,
really liked
they're
it.
good for that. So they are.
I was amazed how much of that powder it picked up. Uh, a little
Yeah,
bit of that powder goes a long way. Oh, thank you, Michael. Michael said, great interview on Creative Makers podcast last week. I appreciate that. I had a good time. It's a good hour, and then a couple of us stayed on for about another hour and a half after that. If y'all haven't been watching Creative Makers podcast, that's an awfully good weekly hour to spend. Here on YouTube, Creative Makers Podcast. Wednesday nights starts at yeah, sometime 8:30. Starts at 8:30 on Wednesday nights. That's Eastern time, so it's late there in Great Britain. Um, but even if you don't watch it Wednesday night, you can watch it Thursday, and it's a good time. You get to hear an hour of question and answer with a new maker every week, so it's a lot of fun.
Just just a wee bit of wax from the melted pot. It didn't go back to the normal consistency. It sort of stayed like that, like just
did
soft
did you
goo.
did you stir that any while it was cooling off?
No, I dropped it, and the whole thing ended up in the lid.
Oh,
When you opened it, it was all stuck to the lid. I just plucked it back in again and just
okay.
closed it. So just to taste the wax on this, I'm toying with the idea of putting a wee bit of colour in this here.
Mm,
Seeing it's not a true spiral as such, but more of a textured spiral. It
right.
didn't come out the way I wanted it, but some things never do. So you have to improvise and just go with the flow, you know. And probably if I hadn't said anything, nobody would have noticed anyway.
Right, right.
Right.
Uh,
So what I was thinking, I opened up my chestnut rainbow waxes this evening, and I was shocked when I opened the lid. It was full of mold, so it was. I've picked it all off, so I have, and cleaned it. Now, apparently, it's because if you dip your finger in it, the moisture off your finger creates the mold. That's what we were told by Mr. Chestnut. That's where the moisture is coming and getting. So you want to put this on the glove, okay? So I'm going to use the bronze. It probably won't be any different to that, but we'll see. I'm just going to get a glove here, and you're tempted all the time just to use your finger, but for those waxes, well, I there was a discussion a wee while ago about the rainbow waxes and the mole in it. Some of them had written or emailed Chestnut Products about the mole in it
mm,
in case it was an issue
mhm.
in the factory. But he assured it wasn't. It was more to do with you putting your finger in it. So
Yeah, yeah. There was a good bit of discussion about that for a little while, and um, that's what Terry seems to think that's the issue. But
oh,
some have said they've opened a brand new can that's never been opened before and
yeah.
found that mold in there. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it was quite bad when I opened these this evening, and uh, so I scooped it all off. It's not good when you have to scoop most of the product out of the can. It's dear. What
Yeah,
what
right, right.
uh what's that? What the price is that? Uh, must be the NER one. I took it price. I think it's about £8.
Sure, sure.
So it is. It's not cheap, and you don't want to be wasting it by scooping off the mold in it. You know.
Absolutely.
So maybe other people have the same problems, and maybe they have a different idea about it.
Yeah.
But that's what they came up with. But
Yeah. I opened one of my Hampshire sheen colors not long ago, and it looks like it's separated. I'm gonna have to go back and get a stick or something and stir it real good.
when they're sitting a long time, the other color will sink to the bottom.
I guess so. Yeah.
So I think a wee bit of gold here with copper. I think it is copper. I'll just highlight that a wee bit more.
Mm-hmm.
than just leaving it uh, normal.
Speaking of copper, Copper Owl Wood Turning says mold is everywhere. It's a matter of the right environment to harbor it. You're exactly right. Exactly
Yeah,
right. Um, Robert Boltwood said he only uses a clean piece of paper on his colors and he still gets mold. Yeah, exactly.
right. So maybe it's nothing to do with the finger.
Jennifer says it looks lovely.
You know,
She had,
because
she had said earlier purple would look nice, but this gold does look good on that mahogany.
it's one of those tools that doesn't cost you anything. A finger,
Exactly,
you know,
exactly.
and you have
And then,
four of them on each hand,
uh-huh.
so you never run out.
If push come to shove, you could use your thumb.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't
So
use it
just
and then stick it in your mouth.
yeah, just going back over this again to just to try and highlight that we bit more because with the dark color and the copper, it doesn't. Oh, you can't see it on the camera. It does stand out a wee bit, so we'll give that a wee buff up, and some of what's went down into the grooves and made a wee bit of color. I was going to use the limo max, but
Mm,
I tried it out in a bit of scrap uh, paper, and I wasn't overly impressed with the limo max, so I decided not to use that.
yeah,
You know when you buy things and you've seen somebody else using them, and it looks a good idea at the time, and you get it home and you go, now what did he do with that? And you go ahead and try to replicate what he did,
sure.
and for some reason it doesn't always work. So I'm just going to turn the speed up here and lightly buff that. I don't want to take it all off. I just want to buff it up. It is a
If you,
wax, so it should shine up quite good. And the best about it, if you did get some on that, you should be able to rub it off. Now
yeah,
that the bowl was waxed before I done this.
if you had done different textures all the way up and down that, and then colored it, the liming wax would then go down into your texture and give you some nice contrast.
Yeah,
Uh, kind of like this is doing, except you'd have different textures and uh, then but your liming wax could then play off of whatever color you had there. And it looks really good, but it's a
uh,
whole different
tell
animal.
tell you the truth, I haven't had much practice with all the waxes and the colors. You sort
Hmm.
of do one week and then you forget about them for a while, and then you tend to go back on it and see
Sure,
what you can get on it. But it I might have a wee experiment with more to see what. I'm just going
sure,
around this again and see what different effects I can get with them, because there's a whole lot of different things you can use. Uh, so
ah. Roy said he bought two of the rainbow waxes at one of the shows. He used both of them once, then put them in the refrigerator. It's been a few months now, and he just checked them. They're okay.
mm,
That makes perfectly good sense.
eh,
Mold likes a warm environment, so
yeah,
that makes
well,
good sense.
the workshop, well, my workshop is nice and warm, so it would
Yeah,
probably be something to do with it, you know. So,
for sure. If you had a little sawdust on your fingers and uh, that that sawdust was a little bit, that piece of wood may have had some mold in it. Um, or even just touching it, it gave the mold spores that were in the air an opportunity. So it's hard telling. Of course, there are molds that like the cold. You can pull food out of the refrigerator once in a while, and it's moldy as it can be.
yeah,
So, but most molds like warm temperatures. So that might be Roy may have something for us there. Keeping
yeah,
our colored waxes or embellishing waxes in the refrigerator where they stay nice and cool. They also they don't get overly soft that way either, Paul.
yeah. That's another thing.
Yep.
Well, it's coming into autumn or winter spells now. It's getting cooler, Now the
Yeah.
day is lovely and cool, but it's wet and cold here uh, today. So
Uh,
you never happy. It's air too warm. It's raining, and you're not happy with it.
very
But
comfortably warmed here today.
it's not nice
Cloud
when you're.
clouds were rolling in a while ago, but they seem to have pulled back. I see sunshine out the door now. And it was windy. It looked like it was about to storm, but it's cleared up now. Looks pretty nice out.
So, uh, get the right con. Right, we'll
Yeah.
just face this off and we'll hollow that out and see what we have.
Yes, Carson. He says a fridge tends to be dry as well, so you get both cold and dry or low humidity. That's very, very true. Best way I know of to get mold to grow is give it plenty of humidity and warmth, and they'll grow like gangbusters. Todd's got chocolate in the fridge. He's going to be right back, he says. Good for you. Good for you, Todd. It's one reason I like dark chocolate. It doesn't have to be cold.
Just trying to tree up the edge so it's uniform, because it was out of balance and shape. So that looks about out now. And I'll cut off it. Okay, so mhm.
Good job, Todd. Reese's peanut butter cups in the refrigerator. That's perfect. I actually like them in the freezer, but refrigerator works good too. Roy, the sound is just, it's very working very, very well.
Sort of got a wee catch there towards the end of that. Just there. I was just thinking it was a wee bit more overreached. Just it's too deep. Hanging over that. Just caught. Anyway, no harm done. Just have a wee stop and a wee look and a wee feel and getting near to my bottom here. We'll have another look and see. Ooh. I'm just going to clean this side wall up. A scraper, I know scraper here. Went a wee bit thin on it. So I want to just tidy that up before I take the rest of the center out. Stop that. How we feel. We look. Let's just dust. Right, that looks all right. So down to here is for as far as I'm going with that. Can't go any further. Still a good bit of timber in the bottom of this. So we'll remove that and then finish it off with around the scraper. And just stop that. Just get my depth gauge and just check that. Sometimes you better stop looking. Right. If you're looking at that, you can see the end of that. So
Plenty of meat.
plus
Plenty of meat.
plenty of meat. Well, sort of, we're undercut on the bottom here. So where the tenon is, so I have to watch that. Sometimes it's very deceiving. You can be thinking you have loads of timber, and you really don't, because you done it that way. You cut into that before you put the food on.
Yep.
I can catch you out all the time. So, right, just remove this center bit here. Just here, there's a wee ridge here, and bring it down under that, and that should be nice.
That's one reason I like the type that goes in, tells you how far you are away from the jaws. There's no guessing. You don't forget. It works tremendously.
Just check that again. rule fingers. Just we'll see where we are. There's a wee bit of a ridge there.
All right, Carson's got to go. You have a great evening, Carson. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in, Carson.
Okay, Jim Shelby came back. Good to have you back, Jim.
I'll just check that again to see what it's like. There's a wee bit of a ridge there. Almost, but not quite. Right, that bit's okay. There's still a wee bit just there. When we cut, we should more than do it.
Jim Shelby, are you guys looking to get a little wet from Ernesto as it comes through?
Right, that's that. Not be enough of that. We'll get that sanded.
It looks good from here.
Get that set up because you ain't going to need it. That's the only thing about mahogany or sapele or whatever you have. It's very dusty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand, Jim. Dale. Dale said, Funnel Club, here you come.
Not yet.
Not yet. No. No. Of course, I have sanded
It's
through.
been a wee while from I was in the funnel club.
Yeah. I've sanded through into the Funnel Club before. So it's never too late.
Yeah, I can just keep up on you and you're not expecting it. And next thing you know, you're there.
Absolutely. Yes, it can creep up on you in a hurry.
So just going through the grits here. B20. Surprisingly, this is sounding quite well. Any other stuff I've had in the past has been very stringy and it didn't cut very nice.
Hmm.
And it could have been just a Rocco or Sapili or whatever. Just have to use an ordinary bit of sandpaper, 400. I've no hook and loop left. Haven't went to the supply shop to get some yet. I'll have to get some supplies.
There comes a time when we just have to, isn't it?
Yeah. So just a nice week going over with 400, and just don't forget about the rim bit. Take a sharp edge off that. Um, right. We'll get a wee taste of sand sealer on that and see what we have. That's quite nice. On that, just right. And there's nice grain in that too.
It is. Mahoganies and sapilis typically have really nice chatoyance when you sand them out and put a nice finish on them. And this one looks to be no different. Dale at Old Man River, um, seeing him in the chat just reminds me I've seen a couple of his videos here recently, and he's doing good work. Be sure to check in on Dale.
Our coat seems to like the sand sealer.
There you go. Now, Paul, do you find that 2 coats of sanding sealer really helps?
Yeah, even 3. It depends on the wood. Sometimes it just sucks it in, and you don't get you sort of it. You don't really see it until it's evaporated, and then if you put our coat on, it sort of brings it back to life. So it gives you sort of an indication that what way it's gonna come up when you're finished on it.
Yeah.
So
That's about the
there's
same thoughts I have on it. I think it
there's
makes a big difference.
there's no you can't go wrong. The more coats on you put on, the better. As far as I'm concerned. But some people don't go that far. Coat of this and a coat of that, and Bob's your uncle. That's done.
Right, right.
You know, it's just whatever you feel like doing. Everybody's got their own idea how to finish a bowl, and
Sure.
never everybody's wrong and or right. It's just whatever. But it may be if you see something and you say to yourself, wonder should I give them one or more coats of that to see what way it turns out, and you might be surprised
Yeah.
by the finish you get off it. You know, like there's the finish in that, and it's only sand sealer.
Right.
Uh, you know, it's like glass. So we're going to give it a wee taste of Yorkshire gritty fella and that, and everything you're doing to it now to improve your finish is a good thing. You know,
Yes. Yes, I agree with you.
yeah. So you want to spend a wee bit of time with the Yorkshire grit if you're using it, or the paste. That paste you use, Hex paste, is it?
I
You
use
call it?
Axe. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more or less the same thing.
Sure. Sure.
But you want to spend a wee bit of time rubbing it in, and let the paste do the work. You know, it's hard when you see like somebody demonstrating it and they're sort of just brushing it over, and they don't spend much time on it. But
Oh, absolutely.
to get the proper uh, finish you're looking is to spend a wee bit of time, rub it in, and is sometimes you can tell when it's had enough. Especially on big pieces, you want to take more time with it. Be small pieces, because it's spinning around. Be small piece. Uh, you do it in no time, But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for a nice big piece, you want to spend as much time as you can
Yeah.
before it actually evaporates and dries out. You know, But I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But I give it a
Yeah.
good wee
Something
going. Of.
some of the folks in the chat may or may not know, quite often these pieces that we do in these live demos, we come back after the demo and take it back and
Yeah,
start over on the finishing. I did that just the other day. Um, I sanded it back. I went back to raw wood. Didn't look bad on the video, but it didn't look good to me under the bright lights. So I
yeah.
took it back to raw wood.
I have about a dozen pieces sitting here ready to be finished that didn't take the foot off, or I didn't and I'm not happy with. I
Yeah.
haven't just had the time to do that lately because I was working up at the new our turning centre, and it's it's all finished now. But I spent a couple of weeks up there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind doing it when it's something belong you're going to be proud of, and working from. It's going to be a nice place to come and see some nice turners. We have a good row line up for next year. Our turners coming over, but sometimes it's hard to get everybody you want. We try to get a 3 all-day turners a year. You know,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
throughout the year. Uh, and then the rest of the year is just our normal demo day, 2 o'clock to 4. Local turners from Northern Ireland, but it's getting harder to get uh, turners from Northern Ireland because uh, most of them is retired or are not willing to travel, or it just can't be annoyed. You know, and I suppose when you get a certain age, you just can't be annoyed traveling. So it's just taking the access off that there and just increase the speed. I'll buff that up, and then we'll give it a wee coat of finish. You see it's still coming off on the paper. So if you're still getting residue on your clean piece of paper, keep going until you see it's still coming off. So keep going. Change your paper. Don't use the same one because it's hard to distinguish between what's old stuff and what's new. So
Yeah.
nice clean please. Uh, just let on somebody else is paying for it, like sandpaper.
And some people might ask the question, why is it so important to buff off the abrasive paste before your wax? And I would say because if you leave that oil that's in there on the wood, your wax might get shiny at first, but it's going to dull down very quickly. Um,
Yeah. Well, you see, even though there's a wax in that and it gives a nice finish, after a wee while that'll disappear and it'll just
yes.
look dull, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to take it all off, and
Yep.
then like I'm only gonna get one coat of this Rick crystalline wax on this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it on the lathe and come out tomorrow and put another coat and let it dry. Look at
There you go.
see that wee cloth? It is
Yeah.
saturated. You know, I just have to put it in, give it a wee wipe around, and there's no. So on the tin it says you might have let it dry for about 15 minutes and then buff it up. We don't have the luxury of when they're demonstrating something to take that time to show you that properly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But saying that, if you're in your workshop, follow all the instructions on the tin and give it a wee minute or two for it to dry and then buff it up. And if you're still not happy with the finish, give it an or coat. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
giving it
Yeah.
3 or 4 coats of wax. Definitely not.
Was
So
talking to someone the other day, and they were saying they'll go as many as five,
yeah,
sometimes more, but five on almost everything they do. They'll put 5 coats of wax on it.
see, I don't use the oils. I'm not really into the oil, and I don't know what way to go about it. I know you put it on and sand it back, and that seems a lot of work to me. You know, you have to wait till it dries and knock it back, and then give it an R coat and go through the whole process again. And to me, it's just too long for me. You know, you get fed up after a while. You saying to yourself, "That bowl's still not finished. Needs an R coat and an R sanding." You know, to knock it back, take all the wee bits. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's why I use the wax. But
Well,
there's nothing wrong with using our
and
things. You know.
yeah, knocking it back also gives that surface a little bit of tooth. If you're close to being done, um, give it that surface just a little tooth so the oil has something to stick to. Um, it helps it out.
Yeah.
But yes, an oil finish is a long process. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Several days, unless you just do 1 coat or even two with like with walnut oil. You can. I have taken bowls and used walnut oil on it and rub it until it's almost dry. Give it an hour. Put some more on. It works very well.
Oh dear. Well, where are we? Yes, and me. Well, that's a wee bowl for the night. Uh,
Lovely.
it. I think that wee bit of copper on it just sets it out. It's a bit different. I raised the rim around the band. It's not exactly what I wanted, but you can see where I was going. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you just have to go with what you have. Uh, that was my third try, and there's nothing wrong being third or fourth try. It's all about trying it and see if you can get it to work. And when you
Yeah.
get it to work, know what you've done and replicate it over and over again. The thing is with me, I probably not use that tool for a couple of months, and do any sparling with it. But that's not to say you next time you pick it up, you'll get it first time. It's just one of those things to getting the right angle of it, and it's just let's take a foot off. But I'm going to leave that on. I'm going to give it another coat. It's a nice piece of timber, and it cut well.
Yeah. Looks
You
good.
know. So thanks very much for everybody for joining me and Douglas, who decided to be late. Now, no fault of his own. Like it's blame it on the computer. You have to
Absolutely.
blame. You have to blame somebody, don't you?
That's right. That's right.
Uh,
And I have blamed myself before too. So, but you got lots of good compliments coming in through the chat. So all's good.
oh, now I have to tie you up again. Uh, I, my shavings from last Monday night were still lying on the shed floor when I walked
Yeah,
in today. I hadn't been in the shed from last Monday.
I
I've been
understand.
busy, just too busy, and but now everything's sort of out of the way and get back into making some wee videos and stuff, and
Yeah,
in
yeah.
between the lives, you know. But thank you everybody for coming in, and I really appreciate you taking the time, and hopefully it'll give you inspiration to go out there and do something, try something different you haven't done, you know, because you only learn by your mistakes, you know, and nobody gets it right all the time, you know. I don't. I just go with the flow. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, sure, you're gonna always throw an orbit away on the lathe. You
Yeah.
know?
If it doesn't work, take a minute. Why did it not work?
Yeah.
What happened? Yeah, if
Think about it.
you have something blow up, take a minute to look at the piece, at the pieces. Why did this happen? Was it a
Yeah.
catch? Was it a fault in the wood? Maybe it's a finishing technique that didn't work out. Why?
Or
Why did it
you,
not work? And you
yeah,
learn.
it could be going too fast. You know,
Absolutely. Or too
if you
slow.
turn a bowl down thin and you're going too fast, it'll just want to self explode.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it'll just want to
Blow
come
itself
apart.
apart. Yeah.
You know, so that's it's not nice when it happens, but I've had it happen to me.
Absolutely. I have
And it's
too.
not nice. But that would happen when I was first turning. You know, I didn't know any better. You know, just turn it up and take all the shavings off. You know, and then the next time, oh, we're stuck in the ceiling. You know.
I had a
So
friend that
anyway,
went for like 3 years with a piece of a bowl that was stuck in his ceiling. Right beside it was a skew. He left them. He didn't want to fool with them, just left them.
uh, anyway, I will say cheerio, guys, and I hope you see us next Monday evening. And hopefully, Doug will be here at the start of the evening.
Yes, and I plan to be here tomorrow night, so,
Yep.
the link will
And
be up shortly.
I plan to watch you. I seen your wee thing that you put up on Facebook. Your wee display looks well in
Oh,
the shop.
thank you,
So it does. Looks
thank you.
very
That's a
well.
lot of fun.
That's quite a lot of stuff in that wee shop.
Yes, it is, and you would not believe there are 34 rooms with
There,
a different vendor in every room.
right?
So, yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot of people, and I'm one of 2 wood turners. The
right.
other one is way down the far end of the building. So, yeah, we're separated by a good bit. So, but it's
Right.
a good store. It's a good store.
Okay.
Hope Hopefully it's going to be profitable for everybody.
Yeah. Well, coming up the happy season, you know, the
This is
people
the
looking
time
for
of
gifts
year.
for loved ones and stuff. You know,
Yes.
that's what time they buy. Anyway,
Yeah.
guys, I'll say cheerio, and Douglas will say cheerio.
Bye.
And I'll go and hit the button. Hit the button. See us all next week, guys.